Hello and welcome to the sixth episode of Sincerely Rave Mom. Today we're here to talk about the fourth letter of PLUR, respect. I know there is some people who say that there's a fifth letter, and I am one of those people as well. It's responsibility. So there's like a second R at the end of PLUR. But I talk about responsibility so much on this podcast, you guys. I feel like I don't have to do an entire episode dedicated to it. Like the amount of times I talk about responsibility, mindfulness, being responsible with your favors, being responsible for yourself, for your friends. I just feel like there's not a need for another episode on that. So today we have Angel Baby Luna with us. I'm so excited to have you. So not only are we talking about respect, by the way, we are also going to be talking about problems with Ravewear. So size inclusivity problems and just a bunch of just problems with that, and how there is a problem with fitting issues and sizing issues, fabric sizing issues, just a lot of that kind of stuff when it comes to Ravewear. So I know you guys are used to get to know you questions by now. And today I'm actually going to be answering them with them today. So I know I said today twice, but I'm just not going to get on myself for how I speak sometimes anymore because, anyways, so let's just start with the first question. Name and pronouns.
My name is, I go by Luna, and my pronouns are she, they.
So I wanted to ask this. Do you prefer to go by they or she?
I prefer they, them over she, her. I know I'm very like feminine presenting now, but I used to not be.
And that's okay. However presenting you are, whether it's femme presenting, masculine presenting, what your pronoun preference is your preference. So if you don't like, I know that, you said she, her is a pronoun you're okay with, but if you prefer they, that is completely okay. That is your priority and that's your comfortability and how you feel like you present to everybody. And that's so valid. So how old are you?
I'm 22.
Oh, and I love how I said I was going to answer these with them. So my name is Kelly. You guys know me as Neon Nightstorm, but my name is Kelly and I go by she, her, and then I'll answer the other question. I am 24, but by the time this airs, I will be 25 because my birthday is in July and I'm a Leo. And so what's your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
We love Virgo energy and Leo energy. I kind of like all the signs. I love like little things about every single sign, to be honest. I'm super into astrologies for everybody who also is. So what was the first event you attended? Did it change your life, or was it another show or life event that made raving become more prominent in your day-to-day life?
Okay, the first rave event I attended was UBW 21. I always wanted to go to a rave, and I like but that little thing happened with COVID. I never got to experience it, but it was technically the first festival back after COVID. So just like the energy was like really insane. I don't think I've had like I haven't had, like experienced an event like just like the people there themselves making the energy like that, because
there was a different vibe back then. I went to Base Canyon in 2021 and you could just feel how happy everyone was to be back at the gorge, be back raving, be at a festival. Like you could just truly feel it. Like we were still being required to get little COVID tests on the way in, like 48 hours before you gotta get COVID test. But there's truly a different energy. And like I saw Eptic at Base Canyon that year, and he said that he hadn't even left the country in over a year and a half, hadn't even gotten to perform. And so it was just like this mutual energy of like, you could tell that the performers wanted to perform again and everyone just wanted to be there again. So who is your rave mom, rave dad, rave parent? Are you still close with them?
Yes, my rave dad is my boyfriend. We've been together for 3 years and he's been raving since 2017. So he like taught me like everything. And like
I'm glad that he taught you that, because he's more, I guess some people may disagree with this, but I consider at this point OG ravers like 2017 and before, because it's been like 6 years at that point. So he's like more of an OG raver. He knows how the scene was. And I mean, the scene's still great, but there's definitely a little bit of a difference. So my I keep asking, I'm so used to just asking these questions that I keep forgetting to respond to them. It's like, I'm just like, ask the questions. So from now on, I promise guys, I will answer right after. but I just asked 2 questions again without responding. So my first event I attended was just a little event 6 years ago in my local area, and I was going through a really hard time. Back then, I just was not happy with any part of my life, and my this friend I had at the time, who is my rave mom, who I will get into afterwards. She took me to my first event, and I can kind of just like, I'll just envelope these together. So my rave mom left me at that event. She took me there, and she brought me, like, she literally brought me with her, and then she like left me there. Like, she was there, right, but she left me with a group of people and was just like, okay, bye. And that was kind of that. And that was my first event. It didn't really like, I was so obsessed with raving after that. I loved the feeling of just the people and the community and everything in general. So it definitely kept bringing me back. But it wasn't until like a year later, when after I'd come back from being out of town for 6 months, that I really just like, that's basically what made me just catapult into the rave scene. Since that first rave, I stayed friends with my rave mom for like a couple of years, but she just kind of turned into somebody that I really did not agree with, and I had to cut her off on everything. But I do wish her the best. I hope she's doing okay. I hope she is living her best life and is just, yeah, I really wish the best for anybody who's been in my life in the past. So how would you describe your rave fit aesthetic or your rave style?
Ooh, I really like, I guess like alternative and like kawaii style. I'm very inspired by like anime. I watch a lot of anime, so I'm very inspired by like anime characters and their outfits just because like just the designs are insane
It is
sometimes.
really, that's really true. I do love the like outfit aesthetic that is in a lot of animes. I'm not super in anime, but I will admit the ones I do watch, they do have some really good clothes.
Wait,
I don't. Hmm?
what's yours? Like you, I love your style. Like so unique. I love that.
So I don't really have a particular rave fit aesthetic or rave style, if I'm being honest.
Mhm.
I heard it cut out again, so I was waiting
Yeah.
for it to chill back again. I don't really have a particular rave aesthetic, just because I like doing whatever. Like, if I like finding a fabric or outfit that I like and that fits correctly and does me the like, oh yes, I feel like a bad bitch. And then I just kind of style around that. Like, I will admit I'm doing like an Akatsuki costume for Base Canyon this year, but at the same time, it's like that's kind of it's not a style, it's just a costume choice more, or outfit choice. It just all depends. Like, I love being in alternative gothic, I love being in rainbow bright. If there is something that I like, I'm gonna dress up and I'm gonna do that. What is your favorite festival to attend?
Electric Forest.
Oh yes, Electric
Have you
Forest.
been?
I have not, and I want to go so bad. It is on, I think that is, and it's okay. It's on everyone's bucket list. I feel like everyone I've talked to is like Electric Forest, and it's valid, because it's like, oh, it just happened as of time of recording. It just happened like last week, and I just, it's so interactive. It's so immersive. It's so just everything is so beautiful, and I want to go so bad. My favorite is Base Canyon. Base Canyon. I love it so much. I love me some base. I love the gorge. I love just the view of it. I love Base Canyon, and I'm so excited. This will be my 3rd year in a row, and yep, it is Base Canyon until forever. Do you wear rave clothes, accessories outside of events at your job, just going out in general?
Yes, all the time. Like
Same.
literally all the time. It's so like I wear this
Same.
my bucket. I always wear my bucket hat and then my little sprout. I got sprouted.
It's me with the ears. I'm always wearing ears of some sort. I don't know what happened, but for some reason I didn't have to wear them.
Like random.
I was like, I didn't like you used to think I needed the ears. I was like, oh no, I'm totally fine. I don't need anything. My hair, it does everything. But now I'm like, I feel empty when I go out if I don't have some sort of like ears on. I don't. So yeah, I always wear those out, and I'm always wearing like some sort of jewelry. I wish I could get like wear more merch and jerseys and stuff, but I just don't have them.
I know. They're so hard to get. I
And
try so hard. Like
I'm
they
such a broke bitch.
oh yeah, that too. Like sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't. I'm like, God.
Yeah, and it's usually I end up having to decide between the jersey and something else, and the jersey always loses out. But one of these days, I'm gonna get a dope ass jersey, and then I'm like never taking it off.
Like what do you have like a dream jersey that you would like that you would want? Like,
I don't, as far as I'm aware, Nazar doesn't have any jerseys, but if he ever releases them, money out the window, out at flying. But if I'm being honest, I really want a spaghetti jersey. Spag Daddy, Spaghetti, however you want to call him. I want a spaghetti jersey so bad. And a Subtronics one, if I'm being honest. But I feel like everyone wants a Subtronics one. So I was trying to go like outside. But other than Subtronics, Spaghetti for sure. What are your favorite rave clothing and accessory brands?
my favorite rave clothing and accessory brands, I really like Potion Palms. I love Potion Palms. I actually met the owner at a rave and she had the cutest little outfit on. And I was like, oh, wait, actually, first of all, she was gorgeous. And I literally have to tell
You know,
everyone.
I'm gonna have to like follow Potion Palms after this. I don't know if I
No,
am.
no, please do. And like she hand makes everything. So like she hand makes all her outfits. Like she sews it herself. She like made her own material. Like it's her own custom like print and material.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
yeah, she hand makes everything. So
I
yeah.
love
So
that.
yeah, we actually traded candy um at Freaky Deaky 2021. It was during Galantis set.
Ooh,
And
Galantis. Love Galantis.
that was the first time I saw him too, or saw them, and I was just like, it was amazing, amazing, an amazing experience. And then we tried to exchange socials, and it didn't work out, so we never like got in touch. But I was like, okay, I'll leave it at that. And then she just popped up on the little clock app on my For You page.
We love how Rave Talk just brings everybody together. So what about rave clothing? Because I know you said Potion Palms. What about like clothing? Because that's is that clothing
Okay.
or is that that's accessories, right?
Okay, she has like the Potion Palms, and then she does like she has like another website or like page for her outfits. But I really like the Raving Princess. I mentioned her or last time, but she went to school for fashion design, and she like custom makes like her own fits, and like her her design and like her technique is super good, like super insane.
I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna tag anybody that is mentioned in these videos too, just because I like if someone shouted out, I'm gonna tag them in the description just because if they're, that's I believe in that. I truly do. I love shouting out small businesses, small brands because they deserve it. They really do. Okay, I almost did another question. My favorite rave clothing and accessory brands are for in terms of clothing, Relita Couture. I love me some Relita Couture. Rosa really does an amazing job in trying to attain, oh, no, that's not the right word, to really help bodies that are not the norm and let them feel comfortable. I love that one of their main sayings is sexy has no size. I think that is just a wonderful saying. And I love clothing so much. And then in terms of accessory brands, Eclectic Mushroom, 10 out of 10. I love the ears. They have the 3-prong clips, by the way. So if you have a curly textured like me, or some people are gonna say wavy, but you don't know my hair when it's not neon green, okay? I promise. My hair is like it has been spiral. It was spiral curls when I was a kid, and had until I started like dyeing it. It has some curl to it, but it because I bleached it just does not have the spiral curl. But I have curly textures, so having a 3-prong clip is so nice. It is so nice. And then in terms of jewelry, I love Base Babe jewelry. And then Made by Twin Flame is also a very, very newer brand. A couple of my friends make it, and they sent me these earrings, and then they make super cute glasses. So those are like my like go-tos if I'm like going to work. I'm like this. Yep, ready to go. Do you do any flow arts?
No, I don't. I don't do floor. It's not for me. I tried. It's not for me. I tried the whip. I tried the flow star.
So you just like kind of like dabble in them a little bit. It's more
Yeah,
like
they're like I'll try them, and then I was like, oh wait, I don't think it's for me. But I can appreciate it. I appreciate
oh
a
yeah.
good hoop
A flow
girly.
star especially is really hard. So I have a flow star and I've been practicing. I try to do the 15 minutes every day. And I've finally gotten to the point I can spin it like a pizza for 5 seconds. 5 whole seconds. And
No.
that is an accomplishment for me. And I've been doing it. I've been practicing for like 6 months now. Oh my gosh, maybe not 6 months, maybe like 4 or 5, but still it's like I can do a lot of other tricks, but I'm definitely not like, I don't feel like I'm somebody that if you're at a rave, somebody's going to watch because they're thinking that it's cool. They'll be like, oh, that person's still learning.
Have
That
you like
person's still
tried
learning.
other ones like besides the
So I've wanted to try the whip. I just have never had access to one, and I don't want to buy one and then be horrible at it and then like never use it again. So I've waited for an opportunity to be around somebody with a whip and see if it's kind of my thing. I've gone into hooping a little bit because there's hula hoops at my work because I work with kids and there's literally hula hoops. So I can't do like any crazy things, but I can do some stuff now with that. Then maybe I might actually buy a hoop. Like, to be honest, that has made me debate getting, oh, there's my ring. Debate getting like a light up hoop just because I think that maybe I can actually hoop. Maybe. And other than that, no, I don't do any flow arts. I think it's debate on whether or not shuffling is a flow. Sarah says that if I have light up shoes, that it is a flow. So I'm like, you know what, that's kind of valid. But if that's considered a flow, then I do shuffle. Shuffling, I do every day. Like literally 5 days a week, I am shuffling 30, 45 minutes. This is my workout. For anyone who's like, it's a workout, have you shuffled? Have you done the Running Man for a solid minute straight? I promise. It's a workout. It's a workout. It like the Running Man is basically like doing almost like a squat over and over and again, but like almost in a lunge form. Like you're literally, it is. But I think personally, I think it's a flow because I love watching people shuffle. I love watching people dance, and I think that like dance in general is a kind of flow. So that's kind of how I feel about it. Do you remember your first viral video?
My first viral video. I used to do a lot of cosplay on my account, so there were like probably some cringy cosplay. But my first viral like I guess rave one was like me and my friend were in the car and it was like it's like a South Park sound, and it was like it was like, why are you telling everyone we're gay? And it was like, you know what I'm talking about?
I feel that sound. I'm not gonna lie. When you said that, I was like, that scratches a part of my brain that I feel like I've heard that sound.
Wait, oh my god, no, I'm gonna like.
I was like, if you wanna look it up real quick, I can just edit it.
No, it was like so funny, and then like some other creators like redid it.
Oh, that's cool. When other people like recreate it because they think it's so funny, I feel like that is kind of like a flex. It's like I am so funny, and like other people and
I
they
know,
my stuff too.
I literally love it because I'm like, wait, did you get that from me? I
feel that 100%.
Oh, you got that from me? Okay,
yeah.
I love it.
Because while you're actually looking for it, my first viral video was basically that, like in that sense of like, oh, you're doing me. So basically, I did I call it like a weed jingle, meaning like a little jingle you sing to yourself about weed. And this was like, I'd had a video kind of be popular before that, but this was like my first video. So basically I'm just dancing like, we don't give a fuck about no bitch. I'm just trying to get high as shit, smoking weed. Yes, please. Hand that big bong to me. Hey. And that was the TikTok. And so many people used the sound and redid it. And I was like, and it was my first, that like so many people commented, a bunch of, like it was a very big video for me, and I gained a lot of followers from that, which is funny because that became my niche for a while, was like weed content. But then they really started cracking down on that shit. Like I don't know what happened after 2021, but beginning of 2022 I was not able to post any content like that without it just being shadow banned and shadow banning my whole account. So I really transferred over to rave skits after that. And so like then I had a rave skit video go viral. But and that was for TikTok. In terms of Instagram, I had a rave mom video. That's like my most viral. And it like hit outside the US. Like there are people from the UK commenting it all over the world. And I was like, yeah, it's pinned on my Instagram because I'm very proud of it. And like I wrote a little script for it, but like that's having that go viral on Instagram was really weird because people are mean. Like people are mean on Instagram.
Oh no, yeah, no.
They like people on TikTok are not like they're not
horrible.
I mean, TikTok's bad too, but I will admit the amount of haters on Instagram is far worse. So
Oh
much worse.
wait, yeah,
Far
no,
worse.
the DMs are insane sometimes.
The amount of comments that I get about my body on Instagram, like luckily I have people who will comment back to them and be like, she's lost weight. Why are you commenting about that? But it's like, I don't receive any of those body comments on TikTok, which is really nice. I actually like, maybe I'm just lucky, knock on wood. But on Instagram, my body is definitely a hot topic for straight cis men in their mid-20s to late 40s.
Ew.
So no, it's gross. It's literally, I'm like, you are an ugly man. Why are you commenting on the fact my arm jiggles a bit because I've lost 130 pounds, you dumb nut? Anyways.
No, yeah. No.
So yeah, Instagram is, they can be, it's kind of why I've chilled a lot on posting reels and stuff to Instagram, if I'm being honest, because I just don't like the mean comments on there. Like people are just like, I can handle mean comments. I'll just block them. But it's just like, I've definitely noticed there is more of them on there. So certain videos I just won't even post on there because I'm like, I ain't fighting the real algorithm on that one. I ain't fucking with that. What are your dream events and festivals in the US?
In the US, okay, Snow Globe. They haven't had it in like years.
Here's hoping they bring it back one day. Here's hoping.
Yeah. Wait, bring it back, bring it back.
Yeah, can we just bring it back to Snow Globe? That was a really we fucked with that. We liked that one. I never got to go, but I really wanted to.
I know, me too. There's this YouTuber I used to watch like a long time ago, like when I was in high school. Her name is like Tara O'Neill. I don't know if you remember, like Tara O'Neill. Oh my god, I thought she was so cute, and she like posted a vlog of going to Snow Globe, and it looked like so much freaking fun raving in the snow.
That's me with Electric Forest and why it's like such a I want to go so bad, because that's like my dream festival in the US. And in terms of outside of the US though, what's your dream festivals?
EDC Mexico and Tomorrowland.
I want to go to Shambhala. I butcher it every time. Don't fight me. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say it correctly. I really want to go to that. And then I want to go to Paradise Blue, all-inclusive resort on the beach. I really want to go. I want to go so bad. That is definitely something I feel like I'm going to make it. Like if I've made it, Paradise Blue. So who are your favorite EDM artists?
Lainey. I love Lainey. Oh, okay. My big three are Lainey, Rufus, and Tin Liquor.
What genres are those for the most part?
Like trance, melodic, I guess progressive house. Yeah. So I really like soft little.
Which one's the progressive house?
Oh my, wait, melodic house, sorry.
I was like, still, which one? Which one's the house?
Oh, Lainey.
I'm gonna check them out. I love listening to find new shuffling music. So I like progressive house and I like melodic house a little bit. So I try to like, bass house is my favorite, but I can't dance to bass house for 30 minutes. Bass house is fast. It is fast.
Look, what's it called? My cat has a Lane 8 color. We got matching merch.
That is okay, but that's actually so cool that Lane 8 was like, here's a cat collar. Like that is smart. That is smart marketing right there. My favorite EDM artist. So my top favorite is Zed, not Zed's dead. Zed. Okay. I absolutely love Zed so much. He has been my favorite artist for 6 years now. I've yet to see him live, unfortunately, but I'm planning on going to EDC next year, and I'm guessing he's gonna be performing there. So here's hoping. And then after that, it'll be Nazar, real heavy dubstep and bass, almost basically death step. And then I would say, do I have like a favorite after that? I honestly, whenever I mention EDM artists, the first ones I always say are Zed and Nazar. So I would say if like one doesn't pop into my brain, well, Spaghetti actually. Spaghetti is a huge favorite of mine, but he hasn't come out with new music for a while. Well, he actually just came out with an album, I think. Now that I'm thinking about it, didn't he just come out with an album? Anyways, I do love Spaghetti a lot, but I definitely, when Nazar drops a song, I'm like instant play. instant running to Spotify.
No way. I haven't heard of any of those. Well, I heard of Zed, but like I haven't heard
If you're not super into like heavy bass, and like, so Morida is a more well-known death step artist. Morida plays death step. It's like dubstep, but it's much heavier. Nazar is kind of on the same level of that heaviness, so that's why I'm like, I do love Morida too. Morida. And I love Shaq. I know that he doesn't really make his own music, but I love catching a DJ Diesel set. Oh, he goes so hard. I loved his set at Lost Lands last year. Probably my favorite set of the whole weekend, to be honest.
really.
Aside from Subtronics. Yeah, I went to Lost Lands last year. I had a really great time for the most part. I will say there was one stage I didn't really go to very much because the vibes felt pretty off. But other than that, I had an amazing time, and it was so beautiful. Like all the things they put up dinosaur wise, Expision goes hard. So before I ask this question, or like I'm gonna ask it, but I'm gonna preface something before we answer it. Favorite and least favorite EDM genres. And when we say this, please remember that we are never talking down to these other genres. It is okay to have preferences. Not everyone is gonna like every single genre, and that is 100% okay. It's whether or not you're talking down on it and making it almost like it's a fact that you like. A lot of people say, oh, that genre is trash. I don't like that genre. And it's just like that doesn't, I don't know. We don't want to do that. I don't personally like this genre, but I welcome it as a genre because other people love it. So for you, what are your favorite and least favorites? Start with your favorites.
Okay, I would say trance, house, and techno.
All right.
Least favorite. Sometimes bass, only because like the crowd gets really rowdy.
Yeah.
But I think it's because like people just don't know like crowd etiquette. And
I will say that is something that needs to be taught and needs to be taught more often, is crowd etiquette.
Only thing. And it's like it's not getting better. So but I used to really like bass. Like that was like my first genre I really was into. When I first started raving. It's just like I get very overstimulated when people are like pushing me around.
I'm the same way. That's why I have to avoid the pit pretty much altogether. Like I can go in the pit earlier in the day, but once it starts getting to where I'm being tapped and touched and bumped and prodded every 10 seconds, I'm like, nope, yeah, yeet, we out of here. And I go sit and chill in the back. Like that is where I go. What about your least favorite? Like I was sorry, I said bass, but like other than that, do you have any least favorites?
Maybe like drum and bass.
Same. Absolute same. I am not a fan of drum and bass, but it's okay. It's not my thing.
One song is cute in a set. Like I can get that, but like a whole set of drum and bass,
and that's okay. It is. Some people will literally be running to the drum and bass stage. Like there was a whole day, and Bass Canyon Day 2, I think it was. Yeah, Bass Canyon Day 2. There was one stage, a hilltop stage, was just drum and bass the whole time, and I avoided that stage. But that's okay because other people were probably camped at that stage, and that is so great and so fine, and that's their preference. So for me, it's kind of funny because like we're kind of total opposites. My least favorite, I'll start with that. My least favorite is probably trance, to be honest. It's very like, it's not, I don't know, I just don't. Actually, I would say drum and bass is honestly my least favorite, but trance is kind of, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of trance, but I can see why people like it. One of my best friends, shout out Sarah, she loves trance, absolutely loves trance, and she's played quite a few trance songs to me, so I totally understand why people love it, but I'm not going to be listening to that in like my own free time and stuff. But bass, I love bass so much, and melodic dubstep is probably one of my favorites, and then bass house. I like house in general though. There's a certain type of house, I don't know what it's called, I don't really like, but other than that, I found a love for house through shuffling. So what is your favorite and least favorite part about being a content creator?
I don't really content create anymore.
Well, I mean, I guess being online, being on social media.
Yeah, I just like to shit post.
Either way, so like I guess
I love inspiring people. Like if someone's like, oh, like I love your style, I love whatever. I just love inspiring people, or like just teaching people like it's okay like to do something. Like I don't know. I just like I want people to like explore themselves and like
that's that. I mean, that I feel like that's why a lot of people are, whether it's content creator, being on social media, influencer, whatever the word is that you term or coin for being online, basically, and having an influence over people. Because when when you have a following, you are influencing other people. And it's okay. I don't like that word either, if that makes you feel any better. I try to avoid that word. But a couple of the creators I've had on here have kind of voiced, it's valid because we are influencing people. We're influencing them, whether it's through style, whether it's through my hair color or my through whatever. We are influencing people for things, and that's okay. It's what about your least favorite part about it?
I would say like when like wait, when like I don't know, I did like a collab or whatever, like to make a video for like a Ray brand, and like they're like, oh yeah, just send us what you want to wear. And I send them what I want. And they're like, actually, no, can we just send you this instead? I'm like, well, why the fuck? Why the fuck would you ask me what I want from the website?
Yeah, I mean, that's
So
valid.
like, I think, and then like, I think, yeah, after that, I just didn't accept like any more stuff because unless it's like a small business and I don't care. But like, no, like bigger, no. I don't do that.
Yeah. So that's valid. That's like having that kind of people reach out and for that kind of stuff is a part of being online and stuff. So for me, my favorite part about it is, I would say I'm not the most social person in person. I am not great. Like I love meeting people in person, but when it comes to like my day-to-day life, I am not the most social. Like I go to my silly little job, I go home and I play Switch and I work on this podcast and I work on rave content. I have become a very small circle. All of my friends basically that are really, really close that I love and adore and are my besties are all far. Whether it's 3 hours away or across the damn country, they are far and I don't really get to hang out with them. So I've become more of an online person. So my community is online. I like genuinely feel like my following are my like friends. Like I love each and every person that follows me and that comments, because that is like what I consider them. I really do, like in the way you can consider a friend, it's like I appreciate every single person who follows me because I don't really have the biggest community in person. So having it online is just an amazing thing. However, the least favorite part is the level. Wow, you were really loud, earring ring. My least favorite part is the level of anxiety that comes with, for me, it's being a content creator. And the pressure. So I put the pressure on myself. This is not something that anyone puts on me. This is a pressure I put on myself because I have really high expectations for myself. And I am constantly not meeting my own expectations. But when there's a level of anxiety every time I post something that people may not agree with, someone may not like, that, oh, someone's not going to like it, so they're going to comment that. And I can mentally prepare myself for that and be like, oh, block. But it's still like, I'm not invulnerable, people commenting sometimes does hurt. And I have to like compartmentalize it as you are just a stranger online. You do not matter. But it's having that happen every day, day in and day out. It does. It comes with a level of anxiety that I kind of just always have. And maybe that's because I have crippling anxiety, but it's just a level that that's just something that comes with it. It's just you are always being perceived, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And having that thought in the back of my head that someone could always be perceiving me in some way is just kind of like, and you know what? Now that the podcast is announced and everything, I can't even talk about this. There is a level of like perceivedness that that's not even a word, but being perceived that I have felt since making the accounts public. Like I feel more like people are watching me more on the Sincerely Rave Mom account with like just a few hundred followers compared to my account, which is like 20,000. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm being perceived way more on the Sincerely Rave Mom account than on my own. It's very weird. It's very weird. You
feel like that, or like
I do, like when I go on my Sincerely, like when I'm switching accounts on the TikTok, right? I'm like, oh, everyone's watching me now. Everyone's like perceiving me, because it's like when a lot of people on TikTok, after you follow them, they kind of they lose you from the algorithm. They don't follow you as much. It's kind of the way it works. And I feel like a lot of my following has like, forgotten about me, isn't too concerned with me. And maybe that's just my own mental image. But it's like with the Sincerely Rave Mom account, it's like they know me, they know who I am, they know like
Mhm.
me as a creator, and they follow this account for this reason. So it's like I feel so much more like people are watching me on that.
You get paranoid?
I will admit I want to go live on there one day, but that absolutely terrifies me. Like,
No,
no, literally, I will go live on my account, like, hi y'all, every now and again, but sitting there like thinking that it's gonna be like the Sincerely Rave Mom account, I'm just like, I guess I don't, this is up. It's just such a different level of being perceived, and it's interesting, but we out here. So the last get to know you question before we get into the juicy goodness. How do you feel about people coming up to you? Do you have anxiety at all?
Not really. It's just like when I'm at a rave, I feel like I'm kind of like it's like my safe space. So like
Yeah, me
I feel
too.
like I feel like I know everyone.
Yeah, it's
Like
like we've all
it's just
met
like
each other
yeah.
before at some point. Like
Mhm.
and maybe it's my spiritual self, but it's like almost feels like everyone has met each other in a past life or in some sense before. Like it just feels there's just a level of comfortability. So like you love when people come up to you, then I'm guessing.
Yes, I do actually. I like
I
when
do
yeah.
too.
Or like
No, I
I
love it.
like randomly like I'll go up to someone and I'll be like, oh like I like your outfit or like your totem or something. And they're like, I know you. And it's just like, wait, you know me? Kind of like what?
Yeah,
What?
I definitely feel that one. I don't for anyone watching who is gonna see me because I'm gonna be at Base Canyon and imagine I love you guys coming up to me. I love it. I want to trade candy with you. I want to hug you if that's okay with you. I want to have a conversation with you and just let you know how much I appreciate you following me, you interacting with my stuff, just you being you and in existing. And I love when people come up to me, and I love even when it's just like you're at a festival and someone compliments my outfit. Like I'm not the best at like starting conversations, but I do feel it is a lot easier for me at raves because I can just be like, oh, bitch, you look so hot. What is that outfit? Like, I love it so much. Like, then it's instant conversation. No, don't even need an icebreaker. That's the icebreaker. So now for, like I said, the juicy part. We're going to be talking about respect, and then we're kind of going to segue a little bit into the problems in size inclusivity and ravewear. So first, let's start with the first question, because I said first. What does the word respect mean to you outside of the rave scene, just in day-to-day life?
Like day-to-day life. I guess just the way like you take care of yourself, like physically and like the way you carry yourself like throughout the world and like the person you want to be and like want to be perceived by the world. I don't know.
Like what you want to show the world?
Yeah, I guess yeah. Or like
I
and it be like I don't know. Well, I feel like my world is kind of small right now because I go to school, so like I always like try to like do my best because like I know it's gonna like pay off or like for me or like it's gonna like it's like I'm
respecting yourself.
yeah, just like respecting myself.
No, I think that is such an important aspect about respect, and it is having it outside of the rave scene as well, is because if you're respecting yourself, you are almost inadvertently going to respect others because you respect yourself. So what about at a rave? What does respect mean to you at a rave?
I guess like okay, so if you like already like love yourself and respect yourself, then you should like just already like have that like out for like others. Like I love like just I don't know, like just teaching respect because like you can teach it. Um
I think
it's
that's
like
really
what you
important,
do
is
for
teaching it.
yeah, it's like what you do for others because like I guess it's like reciprocal and like just the way you like carry yourself to like just
Yeah.
be the best version of yourself.
I think respect at a rave is respecting just everyone and everything. It's respecting your rave environment, respecting yourself, respecting your rave fam, respecting the food vendors, respecting the security. It's respecting everybody in that environment that is there. It's just carrying respect everywhere you go. And I think that that is such an important part of PLUR, is always just respecting others, because when you are respecting others, you kind of always bring this level of kindness, I think, that comes with it, because and I think maybe that's just what I think, but I do really believe that there is a special level of kindness that comes when you are more respectful to other people, that you are just more kind yourself. How can we be more respectful to each other on social media?
On social media, oof. I don't know. There's always a bunch of troll accounts. Like, who's making these troll accounts? I want to know. Is it just? I don't know. I don't know how it helps with the algorithm if there's like people fighting in the comments because it causes more view. I don't know.
Do
These
you think
troll
people
accounts.
like actively do that? Do you think like
Yeah.
people
No.
will like
Yeah. 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 I think they like. Yeah. No. I think they like make problems in there. I don't know.
maybe,
Maybe.
that is, I would not put that past somebody, to be honest, whether it's in the Brave scene or outside of it. I would not put past somebody to be like, oh, let me make these accounts and have like fights on my account and have it literally all be fake just so I can get my boosted algorithm. Like,
Yeah.
I know whenever hate comes across my page, one of my favorite comments to reply back is, oh, thanks for the algorithm boost. Thank you. They'll say the most hateful off the wall shit and I'll just reply back, oh, thank you for the algorithm boost. Cause like that's literally what they do. They're just they're just boosting my video. So I'm like, you know what? If you want to comment your hate, I'm just gonna be like, I don't care, and then comment back and boost my algorithm more. So yeah, that's personally, I think for being more respectful to each other online, I think it just kind of ties into why leave the hate comment. You can literally just scroll. Like, I don't know how else to put that, but just scroll. Like, that's how we can be more respectful, is if you don't like something, scroll, not interested, block. Wow, crazy. You don't actually have to bring your hateful thought out into the world. That I just think that that is so unnecessary. And I don't I probably left hate comments when I was a kid, but like the last several years of my life, I can't remember ever leaving just being like, oh, this person's shitty, or this like this is such a stupid video. I'm like, why comment that? You can literally just save the energy and the 15 seconds that you took to comment that and just keep scrolling. Like, it's not rocket science.
I just think like people just sometimes on the internet just want to be like the worst versions of themselves to like
It
as
gives them
like
permission to do it.
as an outlet. Like
They
I'm
get
like,
to hide behind a screen. They don't have to actually face the person that they're saying this hateful stuff to. And it's like an easy finesse for people who want to be a little bully. And they like, if they don't want people to know they're being a bully in person, they can just do it online. And it's really messed up.
TikTok. I'm eating TikToks.
Okay. So this is a question I really want to talk about. It's kind of, we were talking a little bit about crowd etiquette, and this kind of ties into that. What is the most respectful way to move your way forward into the pit? Or if I don't think you should be trying to move your way forward in the pit. I think you should go from the outsides, but what is the best way? So like if whether you're just trying to move forward in general.
Okay. I would say if it's like an artist you really want to see and you want to get like kind of towards the front, like get there, like if it's like stacked, if it's like a back to back, like good luck trying to get there, like get there even more early. But I would say like get there like 30 minutes like before the set starts, like for like the artist before, or
also
or
depending on the artist you want to see. If it's a bigger artist, you're gonna have to be camping at that stage for a while, like that. Like if you're trying to get to Rail at Subtronics, you're gonna have to be there a while. But for smaller artists though, that really does work. Like if you're kind of not even just smaller artists too, if it's more like they're not as big as Subtronics, or a really really big artist like or Illenium, I'm trying to think of like super big artists that kind of match that level. Excision, like if you're trying to see a smaller artist like Nazar, or probably even like Lane 8, if are they more of like are they a smaller artist, or are they kind of just like
they've grown a lot. Like I feel like they're getting the recognition that they need. Like they just performed, they just performed at Electric Forest, so I'm so jealous. If you saw him at Electric Forest, I'm so jealous.
So I feel like then it would probably be, and this is kind of how I assume most artists are. So like I said, unless you're trying to see a big artist, I would assume most artists are this way. Like even Eptic, who has been around a super, super long time, I was able to get to the front of his pit because I got there early. I got there like a set early and just slowly kind of like let myself move forward. But if you're like trying to get directly into the front, highly recommend going from the sides. Sides gonna be a lot easier going into the front sides and kind of just snaking your way through the side. That's gonna be your best bet. In terms of getting to the front, pushing your way through the front, guys. Can we not? Because the amount of times that happened to me at Lost Lands last year and at Base Canyon was really unfortunate. Like literally someone come from behind and went like this and just went, excuse me. And I'm like, crowd etiquette? What?
So, like sweaty, shirtless chest.
Yeah. So it's like,
No.
My best advice, like, okay, my best advice truly, if you are trying to get to the front, right, and you have a whole group of your friends, all find the tallest person, put them in the front. Shortest person does not go in the back. They go in the middle, protect them at all costs. Second tallest person goes in the back. This is like, I mean this with my chest. Like if you're trying to get your way through the pit and get them front and do it fast because you are impatient, or even just like you're trying to get to a certain, like, let's say you left your spot in the pit, right? And you're trying to get back to it. The best way, tallest person in the front, so they can keep their hand up like all like this. And I recommend a fan. I highly recommend a fan and have someone clack it. I know clackers are annoying, but if you're clacking your fan trying to move through the pit, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Like assert your presence so people can move. If you let people know that you are there, they will make the room to move unless there's not. But go from the side and just have everyone link together and just be as respectful as possible. When I say that, don't push people, be patient. You will get through the pit. I promise you. Like there, it is possible. You just don't push and shove your way through because it's just not, let's not do that. Let's no longer do that. So I kind of actually mentioned fan clacking too, which is kind of perfect because I forgot this question was right after it. How do you feel about fan clacking?
It's like kind of annoying.
And you're more of a trans person too, right? So you're like trans and house. So I feel like it'd be a lot louder if it was in trans.
And then like they just like do it, and I'm like, I'm gonna grab it.
One time, I feel like a couple when it comes to like trance stages, because like I said, they're a lot more mellow. They're not like bass. With bass, it actually kind of like goes with it sometimes. Like I will say with certain bass songs, the fan clacking, I'm actually like, you know what? I actually don't mind that. But there are other songs I do. I think that if it's done too much or for a super long periods of time, that's when I'm like, you know, for bass, I feel like a good couple of fan clacks is cool. But in terms of trance, I can't imagine just having someone sit there and be clacking over and over again. I feel like that would take away from the music and the vibe.
Also, I feel like with trance music, it's like it's an older like raver group. So like they're like mostly like very respectful. I feel like
that's good.
They just know better because they've been raving longer. So yeah.
You know, I actually didn't know that. Now you mention that, I feel like that actually is kind of a thing. A lot of the, that's
yeah.
I was like, you know, I was now that thinking about it. Yeah. So if you are somebody who likes to fan clack, you're loved, you're appreciated. Just try to be mindful of how much you're doing it and how it may be distracting from the set you're currently watching compared to if it adds to it. So just be mindful of that. That's all I'm going to say. But just be mindful of what the music you're listening to is when you're fan clacking and if it actually goes with it, or if it's actually going to be more of a distraction to the set. Because I feel like that's not every set. I just feel like because I have heard that. I have been in sets where I'm like, all I hear is fan clacking. So how can we be more respectful to no, I'm sorry. But
no, like, I'm like, damn, I can't imagine that.
No, I'm serious. No. Like I don't mind fan clacking. Like I do think that with bass, sometimes it like womp, it goes with it. But there's one time it was like,
can I borrow that real quick? I'm really hot.
No, I almost got to that point though, just because it was a house artist and he was going between house and weird bass. And which is kind of like a weird combination, but it was a local artist and he was an opener. I don't think he gave a fuck. So props to him. He was just playing whatever the fuck he wanted, but he was going between like house and weird bass and like more trancier vibes. And all I hear is clack, 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 clack. And I'm like, I can't even hear, like there was one point that I couldn't even hear the melody. Like there was a whole melody to the song and all I hear was clack, 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 clack. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not hearing this set. So I thought I did think about that, but I'm just in my head, I'm just like, I'm just gonna let him do him. Hopefully he'll leave soon. No, that man spent the rest of the night clacking his fan. But you know what? I hope he had a good time. I hope that he got the stimulation he needed. But I think that with certain sets that it's not really needed. How can we be more respectful to our venue's environment? And maybe like whether that's just the nature of it, how we're treating the trash issue that is definitely prominent in the rave scene.
Okay, so I always see a bunch of freaking trash. Like, okay, not like I went to Wasteland stage at I went to the Wasteland stage at EDC, and it was like I was literally standing on a like a layer of trash on the ground. Like it
I
was
feel that.
so
No,
bad. Like I
I
was like, no way. No, I would say like it's not that hard. Like first of all, you're supposed to have like at least something like a backpack on you or something. Like so I
me.
know like put it in your backpack, put it in your pocket. I know y'all have pockets. Like put it in your
Yep.
pocket and then just save it for later. Cause like how many like
You pass by a trash can all the time.
yeah, and there's trash cans in the crowd as well. And like it's just like you like I don't know, I just don't like people. I don't like people that litter. Like it just really
No, it
bothers me.
bugs me.
Litter, there's no reason like to litter at all. And then like just the fact that like somebody that's like underpaid is gonna pick it up or like a volunteer is gonna pick it up after you. Like
Yeah.
that's not their job. Like it's your job to just respect the venue. And like
Yeah,
also
it's oh, so fucked. No, don't trust me. There's a trash issue. That's why I was like, there is a trash issue with the scene, and we need to talk about it. My biggest one is the pit area, and that I will just be literally dancing and headbanging on 10 different White Claw cans at once, and then there's a couple beatbox beverages in there too, and it's just like, no, literally, there is
like
one
take a
time.
space.
There was literally one time at Lost Lands last year. I grabbed my hydro and I was literally dancing on 5 different cans. I counted. I kept kicking every single one of them, and I picked every single one of them up. I threw it away and I walked back, and then I danced in my little clean area. But I was like, I don't know who left that. I don't know why you left that. It literally took me 2 minutes to walk to the trash can that was near me and back. I don't understand why people are leaving trash in the pit. Like it's not okay. It is not. Let's be so fucking for real. I don't want to because I literally there's a voice in my head that said, oh well, maybe they're just tired. You're at a festival. You are literally walking all the time. Make the effort to walk the 2 minutes, the whole 2 minutes to walk yourself to throw away your trash that you spent, let's be real here, $15 fucking for at least. Throw your trash away. If you're gonna buy it, throw it away. It's not hard. It's just not. And every time I go to festival, it's probably my biggest pet peeve is just seeing the amount of trash that is just left there. And then no one has at least not said to me personally that it's the worker's job, but if they did, I'd be like, bombastic side eye.
No, and like yeah, I also like another thing too is just like respecting like the like people that are at the event, like I guess like
Yeah.
security and the food vendors because like it's hard because like dealing with like a shit ton of people all day every day is
Yep.
for a whole weekend is like exhausting,
And
especially
a
when
lot of
there's
y'all are on favors and they have to be
yeah
talking to you while you're on favors.
yeah so yeah and you're acting a fool like you're making yourself look bad and everyone in the whole community look bad like I mean no we all been there. It's like it's okay like sometimes it's a little too much sometimes and
And
that's
that's
okay
okay. It
but
is.
like if
It's
you're
just still
care of
be respectful.
yeah if you're not taking care of yourself then like I,
It all no truly when it comes to this kind of stuff and being respectful, I think it all just circles back to the mindfulness outside of the rave. If you are mindful in your everyday to day life, you're going to be more mindful about when you're on favors of any kind. So you will exactly like you are going to just subconsciously be a better version of yourself and more respectful to yourself if you I don't know, if you're more mindful about what you're doing, especially when you're on favors. I know that it can be hard. Okay. I know it can be hard when being mindful on favors, but you have to be. If you are not mindful on favors, you can end up saying, I don't know, there's just a lot of things that can
I'm
go
like
wrong.
very hyper aware of like
Me
when I'm
too.
I'm like super hyper aware of like
I know
what I'm.
some people are the opposite though. So
Yeah, I
like
don't.
I'm hyper aware. I'm overly aware of everyone and everything. Like
Yeah.
when I am, especially when I'm tripping, I am aware of every little thing existing. It's almost insane. But I know that some people are kind of the opposite and they kind of lose all sense of reality. But that's, you still have to have, when you are at a festival, you can't lose all of your reality. Okay. We have to have some sense. We have to have a little bit, just a little bit, just enough to where we can throw away our trash at least and be respectful to our food vendors. And that, yeah, you know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
that no matter how inebriated you are, there's just not an excuse to be disrespectful to the people around you, to disrespect the food vendors and security. It just, there's no excuse. And if you use that as an excuse, then maybe look a little deeper on why you're using favors as a reason to be mean to people and not respect others. What are the best ways we can respect ourselves?
Just take good care of yourself. Like,
Honestly,
I say, like, just self-care. Like,
self-care, we love it.
self-care. Like, go outside, go touch some grass. I need to do that, but I've been inside for
I'm
like
not going to be doing that anytime soon.
touch some grass.
It's too hot. I'm sorry,
Oh,
but
it's
it's
too
too
hot.
hot. Oh,
How
I'm in
hot
California. It's too hot. It's
is it?
literally ready. It is 110 out today. We have like high weather warnings right now. Like
Oh,
we are literally being warned by the people, like whoever does that, it is too hot of weather. Don't go outside. So
oh,
unfortunately, I will not be touching grass anytime soon. It's too hot, but I'll touch something green.
I'm testing green. No, I live like where I live. There's a bunch of rivers, so I just go to the river sometimes.
Oh, I wish.
I make
I
candy.
wish. You know, I just, it's, I don't like I said, I don't mind like saying the state I live in. I'm not going into more detail, but I live in California and it's fucking hot. It's like a dry heat, which is nice. Like I will admit, not every state is like that. I have a dry heat, but um, it is. Let's just say I live in the area near where all of the fires happened, like 3 years ago. So my sky was red for weeks because of the fires. So like that's the kind of area I live in. I live in a very, very hot area. And like I know there's other places like that too. So this is not the only area, but it's I love how we just like jumped into the house. I got problems with the weather right now. Okay, I can't even go outside. Like I literally have to shuffle at 1 a.m. and it's still 90 degrees.
No way. Oh wait, did I talk about this? Like, I think it's very important to like check on your neighbors. Like, just like like being like just conscious and like just looking
Yeah.
around you. Like, just look around you one
Yeah.
time. Like, it's not
Being aware of your
like
surroundings.
you're like in your like little like own headspace, but like there's people around you and they're also going through stuff, and like people come to rapes to like let out what they need, and that's okay. Like that's okay. That's like a safe space to do that, I feel. But just checking on your neighbors, like spread PLUR. Just spread.
Facts. Um I kind of fuck there was a whole thought there. Good job, Kelly. Wait, where? Okay, anyways. I was like, it was there and then it came back and then disappeared again. We love ADHD. Important note though, we do want to check on our neighbors 110%. So I'm always okay with inserting that because check on our neighbors. Why do you think if we respect ourselves more, we will automatically be more respectful to others? Like, I think it all kind of leads back to self-love. Like, if you love yourself, you respect yourself. And when you love yourself, you love others. It's kind of like, I really kind of think it ties into the statement of like, if you release judgment of yourself, you release judgment of others. So if you love yourself, you will love others. It's like, I really believe that. I think that a lot of our actions and the way we treat others and the way we treat just everyone in general really stems to how much we love ourselves. If we hate like, I know this is like, I love saying this, I'll put myself on the chopping block. I know that when I am in my worst states of mind, and I'm in my most like self-hatred states of mind where I am sitting there and like I can't even look at myself in the mirror because like I hate the way I look so much. I know that I'm more judgmental of others. Like, I don't know why. I know that I am. Like, I'll see stuff online and I'll like want to judge for some reason. I'm like, what? That makes no sense. Like, why am I sitting here judging something? Like, that makes no sense. Why am I doing that? And it's because when I'm angry at myself and I'm angry at my life, it's almost like I know that in the back of my head that I don't want to hurt others and everything. But I think that when you don't love yourself, it's hard to be your best self. And sometimes that comes with judging others.
I think, oh wait, no, I feel that too because like, it took me a long time to like love myself because I got like bullied a lot, like just like my whole like all through middle school,
Same.
high school for being
Oh,
like
same.
alternative and gay because now like if you're gay, it's like kind of a little trendy to be gay, but I'm
Yeah.
like,
Everyone's
but
favorite word to call me growing up was fat.
was fat.
Yeah. Not
Like,
because I like whether or not I was, it doesn't really matter, but like I was heavier. I understand that. I was a heavy kid. I was like 250 pounds, 300 pounds by the time I was in high school. And like, they didn't need to say it though. But like, that word stopped hurting by the time I was a junior in high school because I was like, can you at least, like, there came a point where I was just so sick of it where someone called me fat and I was like, can you at least be original? Like, I just gave him the face. I was like, can you at least be original? Took him back so fast. I was
no way.
like, no, it's because I have been called fat so many times that it just lost its meaning to me. Like, I don't know why. I just, anytime anyone calls me that, which they still do, I'm like, that word has no meaning to me because like I've been called this so much. Like, be original. Come on. Original insults here. Come on.
I feel that too. Like,
Don't actually come up with original insults, but like, y'all know what I mean.
I went to a really like small conservative school, so like
there it is.
I was a cheerleader, so like
Of like why you're bullied, by the way, when I said like the
yeah,
there it is, I was like, oh, that makes sense of why you're bullied so bad.
I would change like in a different locker room, like just to avoid the girls because like they were so mean. Like they would tell me like to
I
go,
feel that
like, and like also like I had to like I wouldn't go to the cafeteria to eat lunch. I would eat in like eat in the gym. Like I would stay in the gym and eat my food in the gym because like but that's
why did we live the same childhood?
but that was like my escape. Like I would watch YouTube videos all the time. Like I would just bring my laptop to school and watch YouTube videos like all the
I should have
time.
done that. Why didn't I do that? Because like what did I do? What did silly little Kelly do? She sat in the bathrooms and ate her lunch like Katie Heron from Mean Girls style. I didn't know what to like. I learned to sit in my teachers' rooms, by the way. I did end up learning that as a because I did that when I was a freshman, and then I realized that I could sit in teachers' classrooms instead and not be in the bathroom.
No, I was a teacher's pet, like just for that reason.
No, same. No, literally so same because I was like besties with my English teacher in junior year or sophomore year because she would let me sit in her classroom every single day during lunch and I had no friends and she would be like, she wasn't my friend, but like she would definitely like make me feel better about life. I hope Miss Baldwin's doing well. Shout out to you. I fuck, I was gonna say something else, but either way, it's time for, I'm really excited about this part because for those who follow me on TikTok, I have made a few videos about my personal problems with Ravewear. And I am really excited to kind of bring this more into conversation. I know I've said that I only have 8 episodes planned right now. I do plan on having another episode about Ravewear because I just think it's such a big issue. But for this week, I wanted to give both sides of the coin. When I say that, I mean, I read y'all's comments in my TikTok videos and I saw that there was a problem not only in size inclusivity with plus size, but there is size inclusive problems on your side, which is you're kind of too small to fit into a lot of things. And they literally don't even offer your size because you're being small. And I don't want to hear anyone in the comments or anyone in general being like, but she's not plus. No, it is so valid. It is, your problems are so valid. My plus size problems are so valid. All these sides of size inclusivity problems are like valid. And I wanted to really say that because I have had a worry that someone would be like, well, they're not plus size. Does it matter? There are problems with every size. And I think that your side isn't talked about enough. Personally, I think that the lower side of like, you don't fit into stuff and you're smaller, I think isn't talked about enough. And I think y'all are so valid and I'm here to bring light to it. So I offer the other perspective. I offer the other perspective of plus size because I was very heavy all of my life. I lost weight 5 years ago, and then I've kind of stayed my current weight now for about 2 years. But with that being said, I have lost 130 pounds and things do not lay correctly. things droop, things face downwards when they should be facing perky, but they're not, and that is the way it is. And I got a lot of jiggle where a lot of people don't got it, and that's okay. So we're going to talk about just I guess my point with these series of questions is if there are any rave brands watching this, or anybody who wants to make rave line clothing or does make clothing, here are things that you really should be keeping in mind, because I feel like they're not being talked about, they're not being heard, and no one's listening to these problems. So what is the hardest part for you about finding ravewear?
Okay. I try to like order like from small brands, but like it's really expensive sometimes.
Yeah.
So
because it's really good quality work, which is so
yeah,
valid.
no.
Your work is keep your price points. Your work is valid.
Totally understand, because I make my own clothes and I know how long it takes. And also like I study fashion. So like I go to school for fashion merchandising. So I understand like the whole process behind it. So like, but yeah, no, your work, it's art. It's literally an art form, because like it's very expressive of yourself. Wait, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. What was it?
It's okay. What's the hardest part about you finding ravewear? So you said you like to shop small, but it is hard because they are a little more expensive, which is valid because you're paying for the art basically.
Yeah. So another thing too, okay, so if you don't shop small, then like it's really hard to thrift rave clothes, like specifically rave clothes. It's really hard unless you're like upcycling something, but not everyone has like the time, or like not that you can't do it, because like you're setting your own like limit of what you can do.
I was like, I'm learning to sew and I can't upcycle yet. That is a talent, like sewing and all that. There is a reason it's so expensive, and we get it, but there's other issues that need to be talked about.
Yeah, no. I guess like if I were like sometimes I like want brand new things. Like I would thrift all my clothes. Like all my clothes that I wear like online, they're like mostly thrifted.
Really?
Like, yeah. Like,
is that how you find clothes in your size then, is to go thrift for it?
Well, not like my brave clothes particularly, because those are like it's like, bathing suits, and it's like it's kind of weird. But like just like my regular everyday clothes, like all of my clothes are pretty much thrifted.
Hey, and there's gonna be people watching who are your size and are on the end of the spectrum where it's like they're extra small, and they're gonna be taking these tips. They're like, oh, I should be thrifting. Take the tips. Like that's why
like children's size sometimes, because it's easier.
See, that's something that I've never experienced. I will never have that problem, and that's but that's a valid problem to like have to think that, oh, I have to go shop in like children's sizes, but hey, some of their stuff it's
cute. Like a cute Minecraft shirt is kind of
I was gonna say something like that. I was gonna be like one of their Minecraft shirts, or like they have I was literally thinking like a game shirt, or like I was thinking Animal Crossing, to be honest. I was thinking like, oh, they probably have like a cute Animal Crossing shirt or something. But like for anyone thinking I was thinking something weird, I just meant like literal t-shirts, that they have like cute little t-shirts. Like that's all I meant. Don't take that in weird. None of y'all taking any of that weird.
They're making a Hello Kitty like Animal Crossing, like Hello Kitty adventure.
See? Yeah, it's like I didn't mean other rave like or other kid clothing. I know some people are gonna be like, what are you saying, Kelly? I'm like, no, I just mean the t-shirts. Don't make it weird. So the hardest part for me about finding ravewear is that things just don't have enough fabric. Like I'll order something that is my size, and then usually the bottoms are where I find the problem. It just does not have enough fabric in the coochie area. Like why is there just not one extra inch? It would cover what it needs to cover. It just doesn't. Literally, they make patterns for these, and I just think, can't you just like allow one extra inch so both of my lips are covered completely at all times? Like I just don't. I got issues with that. But I would say it's just finding things true to size. So it's like it says that it's medium, it says that it's large, because like there are a lot of people are like medium and their like bottoms are like large in the top if like you're a bigger chested person, but it like a lot of times like you have different sizes, and it's like I find it very hard to shop in like the correct size, because I'm like I think that I'm a certain size, but then I order it and it's like not right, and then I spend all this money. But I just think it's finding things that are true to size and that actually fit the way I want them to. So in terms of tops, what are your biggest issues?
I really don't have a problem with tops. I would say I have like a pretty like good chest size for my like I'm really petite, so I would say I have a big chest size, but like also like my actual like uh my bust size, it's like really small. So I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, everything is like I think all like rare tops are pretty much like string ties anyways. So like that's not so bad.
Yeah. Do they fall off of you? Like, do they come really like loose, and do they like move a lot with you and your body?
Um I yeah, they do. I
They
think
do.
I didn't
That's what I've
I
always
forgot
wondered.
I forgot to wear a pasty and my yiddy was out.
Ooh.
She said hi, she said hello, and I was
I
like,
remember you. I remember you saying to me one time that you usually actually just wear pasties. That it's just easier
yeah,
for
I
you.
just wear pasties sometimes too. It's because like okay, I really like to like it's just like raves are like the only place you can walk like shirtless and it's like socially acceptable.
If I did have perky yitties, I probably would do the same thing. But pasties, they literally do not stay on me. Like I put them on, but because of the way that the boobies sag, the boobies are, they literally like don't stay because I don't know how to put that. Let me just say it like this. The boobies should be facing that way, but they face downward. And when they face downward, the pasty literally can't be pasted properly. Does that
Oh,
make sense? Yeah, because
okay.
like you're trying to put. Oh well, I don't even mind. Like you're trying to like put it, and you have to like flip it over basically for it to fit. Like I don't know how else would like you're going like for you you're just like oh, for me I have to like and just kind of like yeah. And I know somebody's gonna be sitting here right now listening to this and they'll be like oh my god yes me. That's why I'm saying this. I'll make a fool of myself so other people don't feel as alone. But
No.
like I can't. I can wear like super big pasties. So if they're like really big, then I can, but they just look weird because my boobs aren't the same size. And they just don't. I don't have to, but like I choose to wear tops because I don't feel comfortable without that on.
And that's okay.
And honestly,
That's okay.
I love pasties though. I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite. I feel so weird doing this. So like people don't come for me, but like I know you other girls do it too, and your other babies do it too. I love looking at people's pasties. Like I'll just be like, I know that I'm looking at your chest. I'm sorry, but like
Respectfully.
no, literally,
I'm like,
respectfully, I am looking at your chest, and I love how it's like the episode of respect, but no, like respectfully, I am looking at the glittered daisies on your nips right now. Like that's so it's okay. It's valid as long as you're not just sitting there being a creep about it. Like I just look and I'm like, ooh, respectfully, those are some cute pasties. So like I love pasties. I think they're
I
so
love your rainbow
genius.
pasties. I love your rainbow pasties. Those are so cool. Where'd you get them?
Yeah, like I think it's when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I think it's actually really important to talk about this for anybody maybe who does feel the type of way about this kind of stuff. Just because my body can't wear that or can't do pasties doesn't mean I don't love them as a concept. Like maybe one day, Shotty over here, Miss Neon Nice Miss Kelly, is gonna have the money to get some surgery and have things go perky. Okay, you best believe I'm gonna wear pasties. If I spent money to get new yitties, I'm gonna like I have plans. But
You get no, that's interesting because like I want like I never talk about this, but I want like top surgery like to be flat chested, like to have
really,
no. Yes, I don't talk about it
that's
like
so
all.
valid.
I
No,
wanna
I'm so glad you feel comfortable enough to talk about it on here. I
no
love
yeah.
that.
But like another thing too is like these are like my money makers when I go to work. So that's like the that's the
Oh, such a situation. That
yeah
is
that's
a
the situation.
situation right there. No, that
But
is
it's
that
okay.
is so
I can just
valid.
like love my body for what it, but also
Yeah.
like a flat
It
chest
makes
would be
sense.
so androgynous and
No,
like
it makes sense of why you conceptualize yourself more as a they because you literally want a flat chest too. So like
mm,
that makes sense, you know? I just wish that they were perky. So like I want boob job one day. Hopefully
no,
maybe one day I can make the payments on that shit and get some not I don't even want big yitties. Okay, maybe actually I kind of do. Anyways, not the point. So
a mommy
my
misses.
yeah,
Mommy
my
misses.
issues in terms of tops. So we've already discussed the issue with the pasties, right? If they face downward. Also, I just want to give a little shout out to my club penguin here. He's been my little fidget today. No, we already discussed the issue that the yitties face downward because of weight loss, right? That's just how it is. And for other people, it would be like if they had kids. And for those watching, my stomach is basically like I've had 3 kids, but that's okay. We live it. We love it. The goodies. But in terms of tops, my biggest problem is that if it's under boob, it's just nipple. Like if there's under boob, right? It's classified under boob, right? You know I'm talking about any of those under boob bodysuits. Yeah, you can just label that as nipple top for me because that's all you're gonna see. Unless I boob tape my entire titty in there. Like I have it's like my only red top too, which sucks because I love using red every now and again, but the one red top I have, it has like an under boob keyhole thing right here, and I literally have to boob tape my entire boobs so nipple doesn't come out. And then like if I wear pasties, it doesn't make it any better. Because it's an under boob top, you're not supposed to be seeing boob, you know what I mean? So my biggest issue is the under boob thing, and that I feel like there just needs to be more options. I did, however, want to bring to light one thing that a lot of y'all did talk about, who got bigger yitties and are a little bit on the plus size section, or whether it's got big yitties in general. Halter tops, y'all do not like them. So for any rave brand watching, halter tops are not a good option for most people or for anybody with a bigger chest. So just have options, please. That's all we're asking. It's like, if you're releasing a line, if your only options are a halter top and a triangular top, your audience of people who can buy that is very small. Like the margin of people who can buy, or even if let's say it was triangle top, under boob top, and then halter top. I can get the halter top, luckily, because I do have smaller yitties. But let's say for some people, they can't have any of those options. They literally see that and they're like, oh, I guess I don't get to buy from this line. So I think there needs to be more options. Do you order customs at all? No, I don't either. I've wanted to.
I'm not making my own clothes, so that's why. Because I'm not gonna pay $50. Like, okay, I'll pay $50 for like a small business because that's reasonable. Or like, well, I'll pay whatever. I don't care. But like for fast fashion, no, I won't pay that much. Like, I won't pay $50 for a top. I won't pay $50 for a bottom because like you can make it. Like I literally, I kid you not, I made a string bikini, like top and bottom in 3 hours. Like made the pattern, cut it out, sewed it, 3 hours.
It is kind of baffling to me that even because it is fast fashion, right? That they're pricing these tops at like $30. I'm like, I know it takes probably $5, maybe $2.50 to actually make that top.
Oh my god! Speaking of fashion, I can crochet. Crochet is literally crochet. Okay, just know that when you buy a crochet piece from fast fashion, and I know crochet is like super trendy, like this like past 2 summers, like it's been super trendy. Just know that that's like somebody's mom, children, they're getting paid like pennies for that shit. And like there's no way to manipulate there's no machine to manipulate crochet patterns and designs.
No, literally, that's facts. That is the one thing about like crocheting that I have always acknowledged is that you should not get fast fashion crochet. No, not at all. I do not order customs. I've never ordered one. I have wanted to, but because of my size issues, I've noticed that the price gets astronomically higher than it was before just because of my sizing issues. Because I have so many extra things that I have to do for my body, I've gotten estimates back and it's like, oh, it's going to be $50 extra. It's going to be $30 extra. And I'm like, just because you have to add an extra inch of fabric onto my coochie and on above my belly button, like be so for real with me right now. Like I that's my issue is that like, I understand I'm paying for your art. I really do. Like, I completely understand that, but I feel like I almost feel like taken advantage of sometimes where I'm like, I literally can't get this unless it's custom. So it's like, I guess I'm not getting it because I try to be so respectful because it's like, as we've mentioned multiple times, it's an art, takes people's time, it's their energy, their effort. But I don't know, when it comes to customs and it's only like making a couple size like changes, I don't know. I don't do you wear garters or leg wraps at all?
Oh, I work right. I can't do leg wraps because they move too much. Like
Yeah.
I'm always like fidgety, or I'm always like touching them. I'm like, wait, I'm distracting myself from completely. But I love garters.
Do they stay up?
Yes, actually they do. I put them like on the like. I have to put them like on the tightest like thing, but they'll stay up. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me and for the others with my jiggly kind of legs. So because I have a lot of loose skin on my legs, if the garters have like I can wear some garters. Some are like well like if I you know how when you say you have to like tighten them to their tightest, if
Mhm.
I do that, it looks like Pillsbury dough. Like you're squeezing a sausage or something, and it's just like everything floods out. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's like I need some garters that don't do that. That I
Also,
don't
I think people kind of wear garters wrong all the time because like
like
garters are, like it's like SW wear, you know what I mean? And like I feel like you're supposed to wear like the garter is supposed to be like right under your butt cheek, so like it
yeah, I thought they were. That's how they're supposed
yeah
to be, right?
no no, but like some people don't do that, so maybe I don't know. Is that like still I don't know. I thought that was the reason why you said it looked like Pillsbury, but I was like,
No, no matter
some
where I
people
put
just
them.
wear them like mid thigh, and like that's cool, but like it's supposed to be like
Nope.
right.
It doesn't matter where on my thigh I put them. It's gonna look like that. Like on God. It's just because I just have so much extra loose skin on my leg. Like
Okay.
so this is for to give us some imagination to people on what I mean by this. When I say that like I lost a lot of weight, my shorts that I have one pair of shorts from when I was my heaviest. I can fit both of my legs into one side. So my legs got a lot of jiggle. There's a lot of jiggle. So no matter where on whether it's right under my butt, it's on the middle of my thigh. I can't even do leg wraps because it's just like just over and over and over again.
I wouldn't even be able to tell because I look at your pictures and I'm like, wow, like I just think you look so good. So like I
Hey,
like outfit and like it's just like also like dressing for your body type too. It's like but
I've learned how to better dress for my body type too. I just don't wear leg wraps. I wear fishnets. That's usually what I'm wearing and why like
mhm.
people can't tell. I have also really learned to hide my loose skin because I've had it for like 3-4 years now, and I've learned how to like finesse it. I don't know how else better to say that. I've literally learned how to like finesse it. Like I've learned how to make it so like the loose skin on my stomach, what shorts I have to wear, what kind of tops I have to wear. That's why I'm like, it is an issue for me if the bottoms do not have that extra inch. Like if like I mean on the waistline, right? So the fupa fits most of the time. I don't mind saying that. The fupa fits most of the time, but in terms of the above the belly button, because I have the extra loose skin there, if there's not enough like fabric, it won't look right. It won't look right. And no. So I had that issue. I also don't talk about my weight loss as much as I used to. Like I made it a really big part of my life for quite some time, and I've kind of like tried to kind of push away from that a little bit. But at the same time, I think it's important. So what is the biggest change that you think can be made to ravewear companies so that it can be more accessible for bodies like yours and even for plus size bodies?
I guess it's just like I think all like most rainwear companies like that. I don't know, they're it's fast fashion, so like it's just
I
like standard sizing and then like banded sizing and then each company has their own like materials and patterns and I guess it just if they I don't know if they would just like take in consideration I guess it I talk about this in like school like I guess if they like specifically like if a Ray brand specifically focused like on plus size or specifically focused on petite sizes that's like how they would make like more money instead of it being
yeah.
like all inclusive because like it's like so much money like to hold like inventory and just to make all like to have like enough like stock like just stock like to even sell I don't know it's a lot of money to and also have like fast turnovers like I don't know
Which I don't, so I don't understand. Like, I get the fast fashion. I really do, because some people, they need an outfit and they need it quick. But I do think that they shouldn't be so focused on that. I like, I think in order for it to be more accessible for people like us, I think they would just have to listen to us. Like it feels like they're not listening, that they're just kind of like ignoring all the voices telling them like, hey, you know, things need to change a little bit, and they're just kind of like not listening. I accidentally skipped over this question. I really want to answer it for a lot of reasons. Do you have any problems with bottoms?
My coochie not fitting. Like
That
my
is
coochie should be
no,
out.
that
Like,
is
I hate it. I have to wear like a like a G-string under my bottoms just because like what if she slips out? Like that's my everything. Like that is like that's my whole bit. Like
yeah, no,
my
I
like everyone has like titties. Like everyone has nipples. Like that's cool. But like no, I
it's
can't
different. It's different.
be
No,
flashing my
I really feel that. No, I feel that in my soul because it is such a fear. Like there are certain bottoms that I have to actually every few minutes adjust
Mhm.
because it just doesn't fit. It
And it takes away
literally
experience. Like
it no,
you're
that's
if you're
on God.
having to adjust. Like I like okay, I used to be a platform girly and the platform girlies, like that's so cute and I love that for you. But like
Uncomfortable.
I'm a big platform girly. Like
I
I
love
was
platforms too. I love
but
platforms. I still wear them. I literally wear them all the time.
I think the only place I didn't do platforms was like Electric Forest and EDC because like
Which is valid because those are really big.
really yeah, you have to
Yeah.
walk a lot.
And I
But
don't
like
do on my base because
I was
base canyon's the gorge. And
oh
that's like
yeah.
a giant hill.
Is it
So,
downhill?
oh,
Like
literally just
no
to the because it's like it's the base, the stage at the bottom, which is like the main stage, is literally like the bottom of the gorge. And then you have to walk up to get to the hilltop stage. That's why base canyon it's different that you or my problem. So I when I say this with bottoms, I think shorts should be more of an option. I love me some cute shorts. I love showing my ass, don't get me wrong. I know I got a good ass. But I also really like shorts because I can headbang in them so freely and I can shuffle in them freely and not worry that anything's going to pop out. And I think
Mhm.
there should be more shorts options. Like the amount of things that you can do with shorts, y'all are missing out. Y'all are losing money
Yeah,
if
I
you're not
know.
making shorts. Y'all are, I'm sorry, but if you're making ravewear and you're like, I shouldn't do shorts. And don't just make one type of shorts either, okay? When I say that, I don't just mean make one pair of booty shorts. No, make actual true booty shorts, right? Make actual true biker shorts, which means they go all the way down the thigh. And I think that there should be like loose short options. I just feel like if shorts were more available, they would be so popular at raves. Like, because not everyone, like, I love having my booty out. Like I said, don't get me wrong, but there are times when I just don't, when I like don't want to have to worry. Because unfortunately, what comes with having the booty out is having the coochie out, possibly. So it's like it's this constant fight. So yeah. And then with the bottoms, like I already kind of brought up the part about like the when it comes to making adjustments in bottoms, I really want to emphasize to people who make clothes and stuff and are like thinking about doing this. You cannot just make the patterns bigger. If you just make the patterns bigger, the people who are more plus size are not going to fit into your clothing because that's not how bodies work. When you are adjusting the pattern, you have to make more of the space for the coochie, a higher for the belly button because there's all the extra goodie, you know? It's not just flat. It's not just like, oh, let me just like that's not how it works. So there has to be genuine adjustments when you're going higher, not just literally like going on a computer screen sizing up the pattern. That's not and I know that's what I feel like that's what some of y'all do. They just go and they just size up the pattern. They're like, let me just make this bigger because that's
Yeah.
how bodies
Like
work.
just like more fabric does not equal like
Yeah, like
more
I
fabric
literally
does not equal
feel
the same fit. Like
I
I
feel
feel like
like
make it like make it a little bit bigger. Like and that okay. They just add like whatever inches to whatever
like I almost feels like they go into a computer. Like I know how they pattern. I know how patterns are made, by the way. I know it's not how patterns are made, but like it almost feels like they go into a computer and just scale it up. And they're like, oh, that'll do it. And then it looks like a fucking diaper. And I'm like, bro, what the hell? Like, y'all are listening. Why aren't you listening? So do you think companies don't care about size inclusivity, whether it's plus size, small size, or do they see it as losing money because of all the need for extra fabric size adjustments?
I just feel I just feel like all I care about is like being like just staying on trend.
I feel like they care about the bottom line. They just care about
Yeah,
that
my,
last dollar and sign.
like it's yeah, it's like in fast fashion, it's all about money, and then like just know that it's like the like number two polluter in the world, fast fashion, and we have millions of tons of that end up in the landfills all the time, and like nobody cares, but you still want to shop on Shein and get lead poisoning from your clothing and put microplastics in the earth and
Okay, but like on some real shit. I learned about the whole lead thing pretty recently, and I ordered from Shein before I knew all the problems. I've not ordered from Shein in a couple years, but I will admit some of my shirts and a couple of shorts I have that are really comfortable are from Shein. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't know the problems with it at the time. So I did like these massive hauls because I didn't know. And that's no hate on anyone who shops at Shein, by the way. You shop the way you want. Everyone does things. But I went to the airport and I have been stopped in the security every time in this time at the times I wear Shein clothing. They have to scan me because lead and something metal comes up in my coochie. So I have to be like felt up every single time, whether it's a shirt or it's shorts. So that's the thing.
what the fuck? I mean, I heard of the lovely, but like being stopped.
There's no other way. Like, there's no other way that I would be stopped the last 4 times going in security and going out because I wore clothing from Shein. Like, there's no other way. There's just no fucking way. This last time actually I didn't get stopped because I literally brought my Shein outfit in my backpack, wore regular clothing, and I wasn't stopped. That's all I'm saying. As long as I think companies just don't care. Like I'm gonna be so for real. People can think this is controversial. I thought about this statement a little bit the other day when I was thinking about it. I genuinely think that companies just don't give a fuck. They are just like, this is how I feel like this is how it feels when I think about it. They're like, you're fat, that's your problem. Like that's genuinely how it feels. It's like it's like your size is your size. I'm not gonna make it for you. Like I just don't think they care. They see the dollar signs they're getting, doing what they're already doing, getting from the, average size or whoever who's getting their stuff, they see that, oh, we're getting all this money. And I just think they don't care. I feel like there's like, why would I put in this extra work for a little bit of extra money when I'm doing the little amount of still work and the littlest amount of money and getting that's genuinely what I feel. They're like, I'm too lazy. I'm already making my bottom dollar. I don't need any more. Like I'm sorry, but that's what I feel. That's genuinely how I feel.
Also, if you're buying from fast fashion or whatever, like literally when you pull up their website, they should have like their ethics code. Like they should have like where you ask questions. They'll like if they care about what they're doing, they'll tell you where they produce their stuff or how they go about designing.
A lot of small businesses do that.
Yes, a lot of small businesses do that. But
that's a good point.
Yeah. So like if you want to know something, if something's good for you or something like if something's good or not, like do like just research yourself. But you just have to care. I mean this keeps me up at this keeps me up at night. I lay in bed, I'm like, oh my God, like we're destroying that planet. That we only have one planet and we're destroying it because we want to look cute like for a picture on Instagram and like wear one thing one time, and I'm like, why does nobody care? We should care. Like, why does nobody care? Where's the empathy?
Literally that's how that same like line of thinking is genuinely how I am when I think about the problems with Ravewear. Like it keeps me up. It's like, why, like, I'm sorry, like I said it again, but I'll say it again because it doesn't make sense to me. Why are you not adding 1 extra inch onto the coochie? It takes no fucking effort. I literally just started making clothing and I was able to adjust the pattern while I was cutting it. What a fucking concept. Like, I'm sorry, I don't get it. I don't get it. I think that they just don't care. It's easier for them to be like, oh, here's a pattern, size up, and then release that. It's too much effort for them to be like, ooh, size up. Let me add an extra inch here, a couple little space there. And then, okay, next size, do the same thing. It's too much effort for them. Because I will say with certain companies, all they post is people who are very small and very skinny. And I'm like, and unfortunately, I've noticed that some of the brand owners and the actual owners themselves are the same kind of body type. And I just don't think they understand. And that's not saying everyone is like that, by the way. I think that I think that sometimes don't like, I just think that they've never struggled with body issues there or had to struggle with the extra goodies. So they just don't care. They don't think about it. And some people may not think that, and they may be like, Kelly, you're being this. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm also sorry at the same time. Like, I'm sorry if I offended anybody when I said that, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm being offended every day with this. I cannot go on any rave brand site except for Relita Couture. Shout out Relita again.
Yeah.
I cannot go on any site, and not worry that it's not going to fit. Most of the biggest brands in Ravewear, I avoid like a plague because I'm like, you're not going to fit anyways. So why even try? Like
Same.
The biggest brands, that's how I am. I have stuff. And here's the crazy thing too. They used to make it more size inclusive because I used to be able to order from these bigger brands and now I can't. They used to be size inclusive. So I don't know what is going on, but something's going on. Like there are like, in case I just don't want to say the big brand names on here because that does scare me. I don't want them to be like, oh, Neon Night Storm, she hates this. No, I'm sorry. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying no names, but
no, I have a lot of tea actually. If you want to talk like after, I have a lot of tea because like
no, honestly, please.
Because like I'm really holding back. I'm like, oh, should I say this? I'm not.
No, that's why when you see me and I feel like in the camera you can see me just being like, should I say this? Should I not? No, literally. So when I say but I feel like it's so important to talk about these things. Like I've already noticed this episode is going to be longer than other ones, but I don't care. This topic to me is so fucking important. I literally worry about every outfit I'm going to wear to every festival, how it's going to fit. Is it going to fit? Can I shuffle in it? Can I headbang in it? Is my coochie going to fall out? Are my titties going to fall out? Is this going to fall out? Is this going to stay? And I shouldn't have to fucking worry about that. Like I shouldn't. I'm sorry. Like I shouldn't. If I'm buying clothing from you, I shouldn't have to worry whether or not it's going to stay on me. Like I'm right. Like I'm sorry, but like rave clothing. If you like a glove, I feel like because it's tighter clothing, it's more like all of it's tighter clothing and it's meant to be more tight fitting. So it should kind of like fit you like a glove, you know, like it should literally just kind of like.
Also T, I know like a lot of like rave girlies, bro, I literally talked to this influencer one time and she literally told me like, yeah, I want more rave clothing that's not stripper clothes. I'm like, you know, you're wearing stripper clothes. Like that's what you're wearing. You're wearing stripper clothes for free. I'm like, what did you mean?
So for anyone who thinks that, my favorite personal, like one of my personal favorite stores to shop at. Okay, so when I say this, I like choke a little bit. One of my personal favorite places to shop at is a literal sex shop near me. Like it literally is labeled as a sex shop. And I'm like, cool. Like, I just feel like that's such an offensive statement to make. Like, I'm sorry, my eyes are watering because I'm from coughing.
So ignorant. Like, it was so ignorant.
That's basically what.
And like, I feel like she had her like own like rave lines. Like, it's insane. Like.
Wait, you say she had her own rave line?
Yeah, like that's how big of a person like she is. And I'm just like, how are you promoting this and like just don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, how are you promoting fashion and like just don't know like what you're doing? Like, do you not know what you're doing? I don't know. It's just like it really offended me because like what are you saying? Like, what are you saying? Like, do you even know what you're saying right now? Like,
yeah, I think that is that's so messed up. So this is like one of my final questions basically. Would you say that companies would make more money if they were more size inclusive? So if so, why don't they make the necessary changes to their lines? I really think they'd make so much more money. Like not even just like a small amount, by the way. Like I genuinely think they would make bank. Like their profit margins would skyrocket if they actually like adhered to size inclusivity. Like I've watched Rolita basically double her following or double like Related Couture's following, because they are size inclusive. And I've noticed every single time she makes something that is a little more size inclusive, like every time she makes shorts, they fly. Like I tried.
Oh, really?
So I told Rose, I was like, you should make more shorts, by the way. And like, I've heard that's coming, just so you know. I have spoken with Related Couture about these issues, and she is aware, and she is currently working on shorts. And so is somebody else too. Like, I love that so I don't know if I can say that brand yet, but I am super excited because they're also making shorts. So I'm telling you, there is a margin for shorts. And if you are in,
I like wearing shorts.
No, like it's literally like my favorite rave outfit, I think, is from Lunar Couture, and it's shorts and it's like leather. It's not leather, but it's like it looks like leather. Yeah, but it's so cute. It's so comfortable. It has like these little cute chains on it, and it's just the most comfortable outfit that I have, and I feel so fucking hot in it. Like, I literally cannot even put into words how good I feel when I put that fucking outfit on. So I wear it I literally have worn it the last 2 years at Base Canyon. I don't give a fuck.
You know, there's another brand that I didn't mention that I really like, and they're like, I would say they're very size inclusive, and I take, it's like it's a anime lingerie brand. It's called Mo Flavor. I told you, like, I think I told you about it before, but like, it's just like, they'll show actual like plus size people. And
yeah, I remember you mentioning they're cosplay, right? They like do cosplay stuff.
They do like cosplay anime lingerie, and like, it's so cute. Like, their designs are so unique.
I looked them up after you mentioned that, because I actually have been thinking about getting something. Like, I can't tell you because I literally have screenshotted like 15 different things.
Okay, no, literally,
like, I have to narrow it down.
Every outfit.
I don't know if other people are like this, but when they're trying to decide something, you like screenshot all your favorites, then you narrow it down like one by one by one. Like, that's kind of where I'm at. But you didn't answer what you thought. So do you think that companies would make more money if they're size inclusive? And if they, like, why don't you think they do it then, if they would?
No, they would. They just don't care, and all they care about is like money and like
that's
fashion.
Exactly. They don't
being trendy, like, and it's like so sad, but like, also, if you made clothes that like people want, like, they would, if people actually wanted the clothes that they would like they wouldn't wear the outfit.
They're gonna reuse them. Like I said about my Relita fit. Like, my Relita fit. I'm gonna wear that every year. I don't give a fuck. Like, I 100% believe in reusing rave clothing. I'm sorry. I spent a lot of money on that outfit. 1, 2, I look fucking amazing in it. 3, I can style it in so many different ways. So I'm gonna rewear it, and you can suck my dick. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of like, what, you know what's worse than an outfit repeater? An outfit rememberer. And if you don't know that, that's from Lizzie McGuire. Like, she literally said that. She's like, you know what's worse than an outfit repeater? An outfit rememberer. Because like, someone pointed out that she was wearing the same outfit, and I was like, I live with that. I agree with you. I just don't think they care. I think that they don't see the extra dollar signs as important. They're like,
it's not my problem.
I literally feel like that's what they're doing. Like, the way you just said, they're just like, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
I meant it when I said it. I literally feel like they say in their head, your weight, your problem. Sorry. Like, that's genuinely what it feels. It just feels like such a slap in the face to see so many rave lines do that.
So like, it's so sad, because like, I would think like rave fashion industry, I think they would like care more about like people feeling good about themselves, because that's like what it's all about.
Also, actually, I want to take this statement too before we get to the last question, because I was like, I know this episode's longer and I don't care. Like I said, this is such an important topic, and I get heated. So fuck, what was I gonna say? God damn it. It was there and then it was gone. Okay, well, I guess it's not that important. I thought it was. It was so important though. Hold on, give me like 1 minute to remember, because it was like actually really important. Oh yeah. See, I was like, if it's important, I'll come back. So I remember you were saying that it's like trendy and stuff. That's not even what I think of it, because when you say trendy, I think they're like making new trends. They're starting new trends, but I'm like, most of these companies repeat the same thing over and over again. So how is that trendy?
What to do,
because I don't know, because
it's not like to do with bikinis. There's not much to do with bikinis.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's like when I think like bodysuits, I'm sorry, but like bodysuits, there are people want keyholes, little keyhole things right here, not in the under boob. Okay. Remember, for some people, it's just nipple. The keyhole right underneath. That's the golden goose right there. So I feel like, I don't know, whenever you said like, oh, they're trying to stay trendy, in my head I was like, but they're not even trendy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but like I see the same things come out over and over and over again.
I think most things are like Uggies. Anyways.
I don't even know if I think that is more just like basic. And like, or from the good place, basic.
But maybe Uggies, because that's Uggies.
Sometimes. But I do think like that's what I think a lot. Like here, so my sister is a fashion designer, right? And she literally went to FITM in LA. So like I know how this, like I know kind of how a fashion designer brain works because I have spent my entire life with one. And at least my childhood at least. But I know that she was always looking to create something new, create something different. Like she made a dress where she literally took a mirror and broke it and then put these shattered mirror pieces on the top. I'm sorry, but like, give me the uniqueness. I don't see it. I see the same bodysuits. I see the same bodysuits, the same bottoms, the same tops, the same skirts, the same sets. Where is the creativity? Come on. You're supposed to be fashion designers. Where's the design? I'm sorry, but like I was actually talking to someone. I was kind of talking to my sister about it too, saying like, don't you like want to come up with new things? So it's like, expand your horizons, brands. Come on. Don't you be a little different? Not just fast fashion. It's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's what it is. So last question, and it's not on Ravewear or like on Ravewear stuff, but if you could make one improvement to the rave scene as a whole to make it just more respectful, what would it be and why?
I don't know. Just like teach people PLUR. Like if you're bringing someone, just teach them PLUR. Also, if you're a creator, like maybe like talk about it. And I was like, it's hard for me. I can't talk about it. It's really hard for me to talk in front of a camera. Like, just
some people aren't used to that. That's okay.
And I don't know. It's like I don't know what it is. It's just a little weird for me, at least. I would say
using your platform for good though, like the creator thing.
Yeah, like, especially if you like. Good. If you're like promoting to go to events and you have link tickets in your bio, like, and you honestly, have boats, and it's
if you're doing
kind of very important.
Yeah, like if you're doing those videos. Oh, sorry.
If you're doing all that, then I think it's just responsibility a little bit, just a little bit. Take a responsibility.
No, literally, if you're gonna have if you're gonna do the things it takes to get a following, which let's be real here. To get and maintain a following, it is not just a one viral video thing. So I know some people will say that, but it's not. It's usually like I know personally I've spent the last like 3 years developing my following and stuff, and I have worked very, very hard over the last, I would say 6-7 months to really put my niche more with rave talk and bringing up the conversation of harm reduction and Ravewear. Like I like using my TikTok for that. I used to do a lot of rave skits, but now I like actually bringing up issues that bother me more. Maybe it's because it's the little chaos in me wanting to thrive. I don't know. But I think that if you are a creator and you are creating content for raves, what you are showing to the scene is really important, because new ravers are going to come across your page and if they see that it's the norm to like do drugs and to get fucked up and not care about anything else, then like that's what you're promoting, and that's not what we want in the scene. So promote harm reduction, promote PLUR in whatever way you can. If you have a stance in the scene, use it for good. You have a voice, you have a following, use it for good. Use it to show people that there is so much good in the rave scene. And so this episode definitely is a little bit longer than my other ones. It'll probably be like 10 minutes longer. It's not much of a difference, but for me it might be. Okay. And like considering that all of these episodes are an hour and a half, I feel like 10 minutes isn't gonna make much of a fucking difference for when somebody's watching just in their free time. But I love this conversation with you so much. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, because this one I feel like has some topics for me that are really, really near and dear to my heart. And that's why I'm going to make another episode one day, eventually, about more of these issues about ravewear and stuff. And it just, having all the body issues that I've had and knowing that so many other people are struggling with the same thing. And that, as you said and mentioned, you should be feeling beautiful and wonderful, ethereal, like a goddess, a god in all these clothing. Like you should be feeling like the baddest bitch version of yourself.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have to worry about whether or not something's going to fucking cover your coochie. Like, I'm sorry, that should not be a worry. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know I enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed talking to you, and we will see you next time for episode 7. We're going to be doing a talk with Mood Candy about just the many, many different things about candy, PLURs. And if you follow Mood Candy, you know that they used to be raised in Scientology. So we're definitely going to get into the nitty gritty of that. So I hope you guys really enjoy this episode, and we will see you guys online.